Now there, Lord Thunder. I know that you have every reason to be distressed since here in can we even call ourselves a village anymore actually? Like in our quote unquote village of uphill both ways that now has a grand population of 4. Um can we even call ourselves a village? Because I'm not sure about that right now. I wish I was sure, but I'm not. And like we're barely holding it together at this stage. More than half the village ran away in fear last time for everything that has been happening. It's being held together kind of by bunny shoestrings with Lord Thunder and with Ginger Fury and now Sunshine and Bad Wolf. The 2 kids that we were able to have. It's a lot. I'm not going to lie. It is indeed a lot trying to make all of this work out. But perhaps there is some hope, maybe, just a little bit at least, in the fact that at least we're going ahead and we've got Bad Wolf about to grow up and they could become a druid for us. And maybe we'll even add another child to this accursed village as soon as we're able to go ahead and gain enough food to justify it. But for now, yet another bunny has sacrificed themselves to our village in the hopes that it will help us survive the coming days and we can do something to hang in there, Lord Thunder. And we can do something to try to make this a little bit better. Bad Wolf, welcome to being an adult. It is gonna be an interesting life, I'm not gonna lie. I think I need you to gather up, or actually I think I need you to go ahead and run the barbecue while over here, Sunshine can go ahead and cure not enough paper. There's literally 1 piece of paper. So what do you, oh, I see. So now Sunshine has grown up and is going to give Lord Thunder some tissues to calm down and stop giving us more fear in this village from distress. Now we can go ahead and the brave bunnies of sacrifice can stay in their pens for just a minute while we go ahead and try to gather more of the tomatoes that we need. Okay, and then everybody will have enough food. None of the bodies are out. I have no idea if Pink Flamingo is going to survive, but we can't cure their injury, unfortunately. So they've just been sitting there feeling frostbitten for ages. I'm so sorry, Pink Flamingo. And we can pass yet another day here in our village of uphill both ways. Winter is coming. We need to research these onions. I wish we could just store up as many of the tomatoes as possible. In fact, maybe that's what I'll have everybody do, is we'll work on some tomatoes now, because that might, we'll work on tomatoes and then have one person maybe man the, oh no. I see an unknown event coming. The vision is confusing. I don't know if there's hope that much hope anymore, though, Elder. That's a really ambitious statement that there's still hope. Okay, there's gonna be an event of fear coming, and there's no way that we can fight it off in 5 days. Like, we would need a lot of hemp. We'd only be able to get 5 a day, and that wouldn't be able to make up for the huge fear we have or be enough to fight against the other bad things happening. So I think, instead, we are going to have all of our available workers, all 3 of them out of 4, gather as many tomatoes as they can for a day or 2, because autumn is wrapping up soon, and I desperately hope we can pile up as much food as possible. And then we need to prepare ourselves for when the onion fields are going to be ready, and then we might even clear this field out of the way, this plum tree, so that we can go ahead and put the onions down on the super fertile fields, because these fertile grounds give you a huge boost to what grows on it. And we might be about to just have an entire winter of onions. And also, Pink Flamingo, I don't know if you're gonna pass on with us, or if you're going to just like have your frostbite cure just in time for winter. But we'll simply have to see what fate has in store for you soon, too. Oh boy. Okay. So, Not enough wood. Okay. So we'll need to gather some wood. That actually, those are seeds that we could gather from taking out the plum tree. And then we need to run the barbecue, I think. Gather up tomatoes. Should I take a risk to go ahead and add another child to the village? It seems a little cruel, but the truth of the matter is, the more pips we have, the more help we might have on hand. So we'll take a break well, how many days? Okay, 7 days until the next season. We have a little bit of time to take a break from tomatoes. And we have a little bit of a headway on collecting food thanks to the sacrifice that the rabbits have given us. So we can welcome in yet another villager to what is hopefully not a cursed and doomed village. Okay. I hope whatever fearful thing is about to happen, I really hope we're able to like endure it okay. All right, while we can, we're going to try welcoming in a couple more villagers. Because that might be just a really good thing while we can. All right, meanwhile, Bad Wolf is going to gather more tomatoes. We need more if we're going to make sure that we can feed all of the rabbits that we have over here. Okay, let's see. Nervous about adding more babies to the group when the situation is like this. But again, we need a few villagers. We need some help. And I'm nervous about this, but you know, all we can do is our best. Pink Flamingo, are you going to be able to get back up on your feet anytime soon? Oh dear. The next season is coming upon us. Get ready for it. Oh indeed. Oh, a vision of the cold. Oh boy. Okay, let's see. Okay. Storage. Okay, so now we have 2 pip babies, and that would make for 2, 4, 6 functional villagers and 1 who is not. Pink Flamingo, we'll find out what happens to you tonight, somehow, one way or another. And then we're still okay-ish on food, barely making any headway there. So let's gather up as many tomatoes as we can, because it's just 5 more days to the end of tomato time. And so, yeah, I think actually as many tomatoes as possible, but we will have people eat from the cooked rabbit fruit because that gets us much further than eating tomatoes does. Oh, all right. Well, we'll have to go ahead and give one of the sacred Patreon names to one of these little ones in just a moment here. And also have to admit that since we are going to have to face our fears anyway, I do think that we need Ginger Fury to possibly have another one of the little Bun Buns meet their end. I'm sorry, little Bun Bun, but like, we can't justify not having this go down and losing tomatoes if you're not contributing to the village somehow. Okay, all right, okay, yeah, that's, I mean, let's see, but then actually, should I wait till tomorrow? Okay, you know what? Ginger Fury, come over and gather tomatoes because the tomatoes are going to be gone very soon. And even though it's going to cost 3 tomatoes today to feed the rabbits, that is at least 3 tomatoes that... 1 tomato ahead. But then if okay, actually, maybe that's not a good equation. Oh man. All right, well... we won't have anyone eat upon our tomatoes, and instead they will have to endure the sacrifice of the itty-bitty bunnies in exchange for hopefully surviving long enough to be able to make it to the winter. Also, with only 4 days left till winter, we should have one of our new pips. Bad Wolf, perhaps. Oh, but I need the tomatoes. Okay, we'll harvest the tomatoes for now, and then we'll have a couple druids as quickly as we can. I think Lord Thunder... yeah, Lord Thunder is actually still a druid. Once winter hits, I really want to be planting those onions as quickly as possible. But if we have food to help get us through a day after day sort of situation, and the tomatoes are about to disappear, I think it makes more sense to gather the tomatoes. Oh boy. All right. I knew we couldn't do anything about that, so we just have to accept that this may indeed be a winter of despair and fear. Sunshine, Bad Wolf. Okay. Two Pips had a really big argument, and now they want to fight it out. So we can either stop it and the Pip becomes injured for 20 days, or we can spur the fight and the village would gain fear or a Pip dies. Oh my gosh. We're gonna have to risk it because we're gonna have to just let the fight go out, because that's 20 days of food we would have to give a Pip, and that would be in winter, or there's a chance all we gain is fear. All right. The fight is still going on. Oh my gosh, thank goodness. So we only gained fear. Sunshine, Bad Wolf, you both feel that it is a very difficult life right now, and we have gained a sense of fear for a dangerous duel. We might even have to duel in a few days, but you're not dead. And if you had an injury, that may actually still cause death anyway. Oh boy, okay. Okay, so this continues to be a somewhat interesting situation to find ourselves in. At least we have almost all of the tomatoes harvested, because we're gonna lose these tomatoes very, very soon. So I think we can still gather seeds in the winter. I hope. I think so. And then we have enough food that I think for just a moment we can actually send Lord Thunder over to start thinking about these new onions and where we might find them, perhaps with the pick of them in. And we do have the new baby running about. Let us go ahead and we shall bequeath upon the new children what will hopefully not be cursed names, as we welcome Matthew Carl back into our village. Matthew, you were one of our great thinkers of our previous village. Here you too might also become a druid to help us think of solutions, like onions, to survive. But I hope I'm not bringing you and Jean. I hope I'm not bringing you both into a hopeless situation. But we must carry on. Whew, okay. Okay. At least we're getting all the tomatoes we can. I'm really hoping, with everything I've got, that you can actually gather seeds in winter, because if not, we're gonna be in big trouble. Okay, we'll lose tomatoes because we'll be over the cap. How about we let people eat the tomatoes? What do we think about that? Okay, and we'll gather up some wood because okay, Matthew, actually, you're gonna train as a druid, because then we will be closer to getting the onions done. And if we'll still lose tomatoes because we have so many, is there any way I could build a way to store them in time? No. No matter what I destroyed, I can dismantle this giant fan that gets us a little bit closer to it. All right, Pink Flamingo! You're back on your feet! Congratulations, Pink Flamingo! I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was over for you. I legitimately thought that there was not going to be any more Flamingo of pink, and yet here you are. That's amazing. And we're still gathering tomatoes. Okay, well, since we are not going to be able to have the warehouse built right now, is that enough tomatoes? Yeah, that'll like top off how many we can hold. In fact, that'll top off so many tomatoes. Okay, we still would end up getting more tomatoes than not. So if that's the case, let's dismantle this field to get the seeds. That's actually probably the better idea if we are gonna have excess tomatoes. Harvest one field and then dismantle the other fields before they just die for the seeds that are in them. And then we might be able to go ahead and turn those into onions soon, I hope. All right. All right, Lord Thunder, the onions are kind of on you. Please tell me we'll be able to make that possible. All right, there we go. Okay, the fields are coming down. Sunshine and Bad Wolf seem to be a little bit making it up. Matthew has completed their druid training. I continue to be impressed by the resilience of our village, as despite the heavy burdens they face, they're still doing their best. All right, so, whew, okay. With all of that done, we are researching the onions right now with our druids. They're giving that quite a bit of thought. We can go ahead and... Not enough wood. Somebody's going to need to gather a ton of wood right now. So let's actually dismantle this big fan. And then we're going to have somebody else come over and cook. Bad Wolf, if you don't mind. We're going to have to cook some of the sacrificial bunny meat. Thank you very much, bunnies, for your contributions. And then we'll top off on the tomatoes just because we can. Just because we can. All right. And then, let's see. I think I might need, since we're going to have a fear event anyway, I think I'm going to go ahead and have Ginger Fury kind of work through another bunny. Because if we're going to have one anyway, let's just face it. And with all of that done, and we still have somebody who maybe could gather seeds really quickly. Because we get a bunch of seeds from being next to a field and the field is about to die. So let's grab that. Okay, hopefully it'll all be okay. And if not, what a story we already have to tell of the tale of the village of Uphill both ways. Oh, here we go. Season's gonna change. I have had a vision of the cold, and it is going to be an extremely difficult winter. 19 cold a day. We don't have enough wood or anything else to help us stay warm in that chaos. We just don't. And we have more unknown events of cataclysmic levels coming towards us. Oh no. Is there anything I could do to like gain any heat at all to try to counter this? Not really. I can have a little bit going on there. I guess I don't need both druids working on yeah, I don't need both druids working on the onions. And then I think we will go ahead and, since we just have to get fear anyway, one more bunny will find its way into being among our very grateful, thank you very much, bunny sacrifices. And we're gaining wood for the barbecue. I guess we could have Pink Flamingo, if you could come over and help out with the barbecue right now, that might really help. Okay. And then we still have one person left. I mean, I guess we could have a little bit more going on for the heat, or we could go ahead with these seeds if we got rid of the plum tree. All right, Matthew, Sunshine, if you could. I don't think it's really going to make much of a difference, but maybe we'll see what one day of trying to fight back against the depth of the cold will do. And otherwise, we will have to face our fears yet again, as we have another fearful day. And we will have to go ahead and see if there is any hope in onions. But I'm afraid that our villagers do believe that it has been a very, very fearful winter. Oh boy. Am I gonna lose 2 more pips? Matthew, Lord Thunder, you're my only thinkers! Come back! Oh my gosh, are we gonna lose more of them to running away? Guys, calm down. Oh my gosh, they got rebellion. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, they're becoming hateful and full of rebellion. No! The elders had another vision of fear. Pips are rebellious for 10 days. Fear threat has increased permanently by 1, and some pips gained the hateful quirk. The stress of everyday life can make pips intolerant, and these events are here to show you just how much. No! And the only way to cure rebellion is with a festival, and you need cloth for a festival, so I can't do anything. I can't do anything. Hateful. This pip doesn't make anyone like him at all because of his behavior. Others prefer to avoid him. Oh my word. I mean, and all I've got now are onions. Wow.